Redstead Redemption. For every crop-spoiling rat or mole slain, there are 3 more to take its place. This is why the Red Rooster Stead is in constant need of aid to combat the pest problem. All those interested are asked to report to the stead as soon as possible. Fishy revelations. Quick, quick! The 7th in command of the Maelstrom's Quartermaster Corps is coming to dinner. According to my dossier, I keep one on all my acquaintances, you know, he has a delicate stomach and an intemperable palate. Fish? Fish! Bring us papyrus based with fragrant mushrooms. Splendor in the glass. I don't rest easy unless my pickle cellar's full. There's only a few dozen demijohns of herring left. Lampworker's herring, we call it. Cured in brine instead of salt, then layered with lemon and red onion slices and sealed with spices, with spiced wine vinegar. Very nice. You should eat it every day. What's that in your eye, Monocate? I know that glimmer. It's the eye of the fisher. It's the thrill of the bite, rising up to the challenge of our rival. Keep that spark alive, friend. You don't want to end up like Wawa Lago. Not that I'm worried about you. Oh yes, I can see it. There is a fire inside you, burning for fish, more fish, bigger fish. It's time to feed that fire. Today is the day you catch your first big one. No one ever forgets their first. Journey forth to the banks of the Nim in Middle Ladocia. There you will find her, the Princess Trout. Take the princess and return here triumphant. Her Royal Highness is drawn to crayfish balls. You'll find the Princess Trout in the Nim River, Monogate. Don't forget to take your crayfish balls. Depending on your perspective, you've either rescued or abducted the princess. A prim and proper princess she is. We'll ready her as a royal roast, a feast fit for a king. The king can keep his fancy feast. Any fisherman worth her salt prefers her trout prepared simply. Set like a surly, salt-mouthed sea hag, hand her over here and heed how the cultured classes cook. A fine day it will be when I take culture lessons from you. Besides, I didn't send Monocate out to that river to fetch a fish for you. I sent her out to fetch a fish for me. For my lesson, that is. Yes, of course. That was the purpose of this expedition. Anyway, as you should have learned, catching a proper fish requires perseverance, plain and simple. And this plump princess trout can testify to that. Continue to apply the lessons I've taught you, and before you know it, you'll be swimming in fish. Doesn't that sound appetizing? The princess has abandoned her kingdom for the river, and the city guard has issued a formal protest at having to rescue so many entranced and ripping citizens. The consortium has received a lucrative contract to cull the princess trout and is planning to serve them grilled at the feast of the third astral moon. Soup to guts. People call Meritor gobies a trash fish, not fit for the pot. I say that all the bottom feeding gives them a nice grounded flavor. They're mighty fine baked, and I've made some real nice goby stock, simmered in white wine with a touch of garlic. Makes a beautiful risotto. Stainless chef. With so many adventurers pouring into Limsa Lominsa, the Culinarians Guild is planning a tournament of skills, complete with a fat purse. There will be a rush on affordable culinary knives when this fact becomes public knowledge. Willing smiths should present themselves to the Brugger Consortium. Monegate, I have gathered what information I could concerning the beast that young Sigurd bade you slay. The tales name this creature Kajuta. Those who have witnessed Kajata in the terrifying flesh also call him the stampeding mountain, such is his immense size and bulk. Again, I will not seek to dissuade you from claiming vengeance for the boy's parents. In fact, I encourage it. But to topple this lumbering colossus, you must first become his equal in strength and ferocity. A single step towards that distant goal, I send you to the blind iron mines. We have had words that folk are falling prey to the claws of local Kalagos. It is your task to protect the weak from these unruly creatures. Learn to channel the rage inside you, and let your axe blades sing in righteous slaughter. And I've stumbled upon a fate that I don't think I've done already. Maybe I did. Apologies. The cave bats living in blind iron mines are believed to carry in their bites a sickness which can cause a man to froth at the mouth and lust after the blood of his skin. While this has not actually been proven, when it comes to bat bites, it is better to be safe than sorry. Words to live by. A bat almost crashed into me when I was walking home at night a few days ago, and it did scare me a little bit for that exact reason. I wonder what the next objective will be. Probably smashing rocks. Welcome back, Monegate. Your actions have saved many from needless injury and anguish. But though your efforts are to be commended, there is yet much work to be done. Kajata, the object of your vengeance, has trampled a farmer's wagon as he thundered through the lands of Tiller's Rest. The foodstuffs spilled from the overturned wain have attracted all manner of hungry predators. Without produce for the market, the farmers will surely suffer for coin this season. Your duty is clear. Put down these rapacious scavengers and preserve the cargo. Once again, your capacity for carnage has been tested and proven. The creatures you defeated, however, were merely some of the many base scavengers that subsist on the scraps left in the wake of Kujata's rampages. To face Kujata himself, you yet require far more training, but do not despair, Monocate. As an ex-master and fellow marauder, this I swear, I will not rest until I have taught you how to wring every last ounce of power from your weapon, until the blade of your axe can slice cleanly through the thickest hide, the most knotted muscle, the densest bone. This menace will fall by your hand. And after that cringe voice acting, we are going to do more Leves. I, Gladius. A wise man once said, when there are fans on the streets sell official merchandise, the gladiatorial draft is approaching, and the Brugger Consortium has a contract for replicas of the League Viking swords. Others may be content with Troldy souvenirs, but Brugger will only accept arena quality weapons. No pain, no grain. Before grain can be milled into flour, it must be dried. During the 6th Astral Era, we will dry our wheat in the dry salt winds that came down the Strait of Meritor. The past 5 years, however, those winds have been warm and wet. Not only does it prevent the grain from drying properly, but it breeds molds. For this reason, we have opted to abandon the traditional methods of drying for a new technique using the cores from wind sprites. Drying is much quicker and more efficient. The only drawback is that none of us here at the Grey Fleet are competent enough with a blade to procure the cores ourselves, so we must ask the aid of adventurers. I don't recall I've ever done this fate. Let's see what it is about. Brick by brick, a cadre of earthen brickmen appears. Watch your back and defeat these lumbering golems. Is this a good idea? Is this a crossover episode or something? A stone brickman appears. Fight wisely and topple his towering menace. Let's change to Marauder, just to be sure. I don't know if these are popular creatures from some franchise, which currently have a collaboration going on with Final Fantasy XIV. Maybe I look very stupid, but I've never seen these things before. And I don't know to what franchise they belong. I should really read the pop-up messages on the launcher. I didn't see any special rewards like coins or tokens for an event. And no third fate is popping up. Don't know what that was about. Still, it's more content for me to do and yap about. Vomit it on the internet. putting the squeeze on. For years, the Red Rooster Stead has had its own supply of Lanosian orange juice. Someone owed us a debt of honor. Dunno exactly, something to do with ham. Anyway, the debt's apparently repaid. We got a single crate with "We're even" scrawled on it. Now we need to find a new supplier, and we'll pay, And we fry the oranges into orange juice. Time for a crafting class quest. Ah, Monocate, just the last I was hoping to see. I have a new initiate that has near exhausted my reserves of patience, and I think she would benefit from seeing the results of Pierre's dedication and skill, specifically yours. Her name is Grenade, and Builder help me, she is the most distracted, fumble-fingered craftswoman ever to lift a hammer. If she could but learn to forge the simplest of items without constant supervision, I would consider it a rare victory. It is unfortunate that Bayregod did not see fit to invest all of my armorers with your innate talents. But I suppose we must all start somewhere, and if I abandoned every initiate that was slow to grasp a technique, our guild would have a grand total of, what, 9 members? Mayhap 10. I jest, but 'twould be few enough for our clients in the Maelstrom to have to share breastplates. So, what say you, Monocate? You only need to craft a dozen sheets of bronze plates to supplement Grenade's own. When they are ready, I want you to deliver them to the lass in person. Mayhap your example will inspire her to take more care with her work. Oh, you must be Monocate. The guildmaster told me you'd be... Wait, where did I put my hammer? Ah, there it is. Sorry, what were you saying? Right, yes. I would be most grateful for the extra sheets of bronze plate. Gods, did you craft these yourself? Why, they are absolutely... Whoa! Nearly dropped them. No harm done though. As I was saying, I can certainly see why the Forge Master speaks so highly of your work. The bronze is the perfect color and thickness, so I assume you carefully measured out the amounts of tin and copper. I always use too much tin. Did you know metal can shatter? Well, I didn't. Truth be told, I've tended to put all my efforts into making the armor itself, rather than bothering with the base materials. I mean, compared to hammering out glorious winged helms or ornate greaves, measuring out metals just seems so trivial. But looking at your work, I'm beginning to wonder. I never realized how beautiful a simple sheet of bronze could be. With materials like this, just imagine the sturdy, shiny suits of armor one might create. It seems I've been putting the chart before the chocobo. From this moment onwards, I swear to focus all my attention and care on the task at hand, even if the task is forging bronze ingots. And what of you, Monocate? Do you have any grand projects waiting for you on the anvil? I overheard some of the senior armorers boasting about the coin they made through tradecraft Leves. Might that be something you'd consider? They say Tkmori over at the Drowning Wench is the one to talk to, and that's where I'll be heading once I improve my technique. Now, where did I put that hammer? I've been thinking much about ships these past days, and you know, I don't believe Limsa Lominsa would be the nation she is without them. Could you imagine how that would affect fishing, trade, naval defense? All those vessels are constructed by skilled armorers and smithies, so, if you think of Limsa as a ship, you might consider such artisans to be the sturdy keel on which the rest of the city is built. The Marauders Guild has a list of occupational hazards as long as a blackthorn. and it is a sign of the respect they command that none dare jest about their barber bill. A split head is a herd far too far for even the marauders, and they seek the delivery of barbuds to use in their fabled drills. Cloud cutlet. Ocean clouds are tricky things to cook. It's all about how mature they are. A fry can't take any real cooking, but pop a handful in a soup tureen and it makes all the fish and clams in there sing. And a plate of full-grown clouds keep deep fried in tea oil? Like eating a summer day. Exquisite. Bronzed and burned. Cooking pots seem to work well enough as helms, but the hands all have scorched noses from the sun. The sight of so many scabrous snouts grows intolerable, for these folks were never what you'd call fair to look upon. Make us some bronze skellets before I have another snootful of scarlet. I like that there's a bit of a story there, like one leaf flows into the other.